Day 208. Another decent night's sleep up here. Obviously well fed. It's time for me to start getting some more distance covered on Ash Canyon. I've successfully made it back and forth with the technical pack now. And I'm now carrying over 100 pounds of equipment. We'll trim that a little bit here, but obviously I'm doing a pretty decent situation. Let me take a slight look at my weight here. In fact, here, let me see if I can just drop my charcoal. Yeah, that'll do fine. And we are going to go ahead and start making our way down. A little bit of this is going to be retracked because I think I'm going to finally leave this area a little bit and see if I can start making myself get my way down to the actual, like, I forget what it's called, but the actual burnt area of Ash Canyon. So part of that is going to be going back the way that I came, but I'm going to try and Iron Man it a little bit, just really try to get as much distances as I can to get into a different area of the map. I feel like I've been here for a couple of days and I don't want to bore you, you know? So I want to get new footage on the screen. I want to get new material in front of you so we can continue on exploring new views of this map, which is not small. This is actually a pretty impressive map. I've been very satisfied. Challenged a bit, I will admit that, but that's the game. You play these things for the challenge. So let me get down the trail. Alrighty, coming up to another bridge, and I do have to say that I am getting a little bit more comfortable in navigating these bridges. No, we're not by High Meadow. Where are we? Yeah, we're closer up here, Miners Folly. Okay. Just to kind of get a reference point on where we are with the maps and making sure I am getting these mapped. I don't think the bridges themselves are necessarily required. However, I do love the altitude bonus you get. And these bridges give a pretty good altitude bonus. So I try to get those sketched on when I can. So, taking a look through here. Let's go ahead and just double check. I'm pretty certain I've gotten this area already done, but let's make sure I've even gotten it from this side. I needed it from this side, and that's fine. Okay, good, good, good. So yeah, let's go ahead and get on down the trail here because... What is that? What? Matches? I missed matches? Okay. Is someone leaving a trail? I love it. Paper matches send me overweight. Okay, well, let's try to drink our way out of this problem. Does that work? Yes, it does. Good. Because remember, once you eat or drink something, then it no longer weighs anything in you. I love that Mass Effect. Once you actually move it from your pack to your stomach, it no longer counts as weight. Because science! Alright, so we made it back to that cave that I slept in here at least one night. You can tell I've got some supplies still here. Ooh, deerskin. That might be good. Has that gotten cured up yet? In fact, I need to warm up a little bit here. So let's go ahead and drop a little bit of weight and see if we can get ourselves into a little bit better temperature situation here. I'm not in any trouble, but let's be smart and keep ourselves out of that. So let me play Inventory Management Simulator for just a moment and see what I want to do to get myself better for down the road. Alright, after playing Long Dark's favorite game of Pick Up 6, brought back a batch. We're going to go ahead and get a fire started. And I think we're probably going to go ahead and give ourselves a nice warm tea, as well as the time to actually make the tea helps to get us all warmed up. So that's the basic concept that I'm working with. Let's go ahead and put this torch out. You know me, I almost always use the torch just to get us that guaranteed fire for a second strike. And I know at this point, you know, fire level 5, I don't necessarily need to, but I still do. Do I need to cook a steak? I don't think so. We've got plenty of food here. I'm always thinking about what should I do for multi-purpose here. Let's go ahead and take, I think, a larger steak just for some more calories because I'm trying to get some good distance in today. I've got an hour of flame, so that's pretty good. 5 minutes. I must have grabbed a small piece of steak. It's on the fire now. I'm not going to split hairs there. Let's go ahead and get ourselves something brewed up. I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. Let's get the water brewed first. I've got the time. I've got the fuel. Let's go ahead and do that. Meat's already cooked. That's good. 85 calories. That was a small piece of steak, but who cares? Let's go ahead and see if we can get a real piece of steak. Something that's not just a bite and a sliver. Yeah, 2 pounds. That's what we want. Okay, good, good, good. That's going to take an hour. Okay, 50 minutes. And that takes us to an hour and a minute. That's good there. And then that's more than enough time to brew up the water. Okay. So that's brewed up. Temperature's already looking decent. Weather doesn't look horrid. Alright. And then let's go ahead and now let's actually brew up some tea. Do I feel like coffee? Let's go with tea. Yeah. Okay. And temperature's already decent. I've got plenty of energy and stats to get to the next area, so I'm not super concerned there. But this is how I play. You know, I usually try to play conservative. We've got the resources. What are we at? 14% on the bear hide. That's going to be a while, but that was unavoidable. And I'm thinking that bear hide is probably going to be destined for my coat. My coat's getting a little ragged. So we're going to go ahead and probably get that set up. I think the last bear hide went towards my bedroll to keep that up. So I'm not... It's just time for maintenance. It's one of the reasons why it took so long in Mystery Lake getting converted over to furs was because maintenance. We're getting some curing going up with the maple and the birch limbs, so that's doing good. I dropped a lot of supplies here before. I'm actually nowhere near bad for supplies here, so that's not too bad. This area feels like it's a little light with firewood, but I can't say as I've really worked it. 94% cured. Okay, that deer skin's coming along. We're probably going to be able to get that done here soon. And I'll be able to, either for my boots or for my leggings, one of the two. So let's get it cured first, and we'll use it then. Kind of want to get myself keep going down the road here. I'm going to go ahead and get things packed up, so in theory, right off the fire, I can then eat the steak, drink the drink, and then get on down the trail. Okay, just like that. So in a little bit over an hour, we've gotten our thermals much better. We're all the way at 100%, plus we've got the warmth bonus. I love how it always says that treatment never does anything. It's like, I don't drink teas to cure myself. I'm not looking for the pain relief. You know, I want calories, I want hydration, and I want that temperature buff. That's why I drink teas. It just always gets me. This does nothing. Bitch, that thing did 3 things. Shut up! No, I do not need another maple sapling. I have saplings already tried in my pack. I have an obscene amount of saplings, and I know I could burn them in an emergency if I needed to, but for obvious reasons, I'm trying not to. Oh, gosh. Forgive me, sometimes it's just, when you're out here, all alone, for 200 days, for 6 months, sometimes you go a little crazy. Sometimes you start talking to yourself. Right? I think so. Right? That's not crazy. No, it's not crazy. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to get myself down the trail here. I'll be right back as I'm apparently legitimately talking to my new co-host myself. So, apologies for that momentary lapse of sanity, but let's be honest. Could you imagine 200 days of pure solitude? I'll acknowledge I personally have never experienced that, but that would just be like, wow, you know? One of my guilty pleasures, I don't know how guilty I should feel about it, like many of you I'm sure, I've watched a fair bit of Discovery Channel's Alone series because I do appreciate the entirety of wilderness survival, both the video game and the real life. And I genuinely appreciate how 9 times out of 10, what really gets most of the contestants is that it's the missing their families, which, as a family man, I completely get. Yes, arguably, malnutrition gets into it a lot, especially with the medically pulled, but there's a lot of people breaking down missing their family, and I can understand that, and I don't blame them for it. So, can you imagine Astrid and Mackenzie out here, just like literally weeks, months at a time for the amount of time we put them out there? Just like, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in the future, Henderlin adds some sort of sanity meter here, but then I have no idea what you would, if you had a sanity meter, how would you maintain it? Accomplishments? Maybe that's something reading could work with? What are your thoughts? Comment down below. If they wanted to do something to help gauge the psychological effects of loneliness, obviously that would decrease over time naturally, but how would you increase it? How would you maintain that? What would you do? What would happen to make that be better? Because if it's only a decrease, then that's going to end a lot of times there. So there's got to be a way to polish that. How would you take a mental health day on Great Bear Island? I would love the input on that. I may even start something on the my discussion board. But for now, we're going to go ahead and go on a mountain climb. So that means I'm going to go ahead and put on my... I get it. It's just accessory, but to me it really feels like you are putting those crampons onto your ears. It just feels like you're hanging them on your ears. Got to trim my weight here. Okay, too encumbered to climb. Okay, I think we're good now. All right, so let's get down here. Experienced players, listen closely. You can hear the difference. I appreciate even that subtle effect, because they could have just changed the stats to work accordingly. I love the fact they even changed the sound slightly of how you're climbing with crampons. Keep listening. Or maybe I'm just making it up in my head, but I swear it sounds different. And I love the fact that they just added that touch, you know? Alright, so we're down here. Again, pro tip, if you're not using them, don't wear them because you don't want to wear them out. So, it's kind of what I try to train myself to do, you know, the day or so I've actually had these, is strap them on at the beginning of the climb, strap them off at the bottom, and then just keep them in your gear. Keep them nice. Well, we're definitely getting to the Ash Canyon part of Ash Canyon. That's for certain. So, I'm pretty certain somewhere around here we're going to be able to find a decent shelter spot. Cave or a shelter. I think there's some sort of cabin, if I'm not mistaken, here. So, that's kind of the goal here. And given the... there we are! And it looks like a chimney to boot, so yeah, I think we're going to be fine for the night here. Give me a minute or two to kind of drop my gear, put my stuff together here, and I think we should be looking pretty solid. Homesteaders Respite. Perfect. Okay, it doesn't look like we'll have horrible access down there. Get this all marked up. Yeah, we're getting down here. Okay, good. Alright. We got a book to read. What was this? Just someone dropped the mail? Is there mail delivery on Great Bear? What the heck? Alright, so it's a small cabin, but that's fine. I've definitely been in worse situations. But for the viewing pleasure at home, let's go ahead and shine a little light on the situation so we can search this just a little easier. Alright, I already see socks. I did see the sweater. I think I've got better gear already. Hey, I've got food tonight! Nice! Ooh, I see ammunition, revolver, nicely. This is a nice little treasure trove. I can deal with that. Okay, so let's go ahead. We've got a fireplace. I think I'm going to wait until I actually... Some crates, those may get busted. Let me go ahead and get a little firewood built up on this place. So I've got that for the night. And then I think we're going to be in a pretty good situation. Alright, so I think I've found what's going to be the obvious next stage for tomorrow's adventures. If this doesn't look like a climbing rope, I don't know what does. And especially since I already saw the rope in the cabin back there, yeah, I think we're going to definitely hit that tomorrow. And definitely looks like a descent into the valley. While I'm up here, let's go ahead and get the surveying done. Didn't add too much more, but that's fine. I'm at least getting the areas. So, yeah, you can tell I'm a little bit heavy. I busted up some planks to get some firewood into it. Let me spare you the slow time and meet me by the fire.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Even Mackenzie agrees with me. Perfect. Alright, so got about 2, almost and a half hours of light on the fire. We've got food right here. Ammunition. Nicely, revolver. There's the rope we'll need for tomorrow, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and get some of the survey done here. So I want to get... Let's get some more light over here too. Yeah, there we are. You guys deserve a good view. And let me go ahead and get my gear dropped. I probably should have done this sooner, but I thought maybe I might be heading out or just erring on the side of caution. That I'm just terminally forgetful. I got a bedroll, I got a bear hide, and I got a deer hide. Let's be honest. If I just turn this, like, will it? Come on, let me do it. Come on. Come on, let's be honest. That's a good, comfortable bed right there. And especially if I could get the deer hide on top of it, so I could sleep on the bear hide with the bedroll as a pillow, and then I could have the deer hide as a blanket. It'd be a pretty decent situation, you know? Well, then again, the bear hide is fresh off of the animal, so that's going to be pretty smelly and messy, so never mind. And I'd kind of like to have this... Yes, please, no. Ah! How much work do I want to go through here? How much frustration do I want to feel? I'm trying to think. You know, it occurs to me, for a 94% cured buckskin that I'm probably going to turn into clothing soon, not that much. Alright, let's go ahead and drop my saplings here, both the cured and the uncured, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be coming back to this situation. No, don't. Yeah, the saplings, not the sticks. So, get those. Yep, okay. And there we are. Here's cured, green. Yeah, I knew I had some green stuff here. I've got a good shelter area. Let's go ahead and take advantage of it and drop this stuff here so it can get cured, I imagine, while I'm walking around in the valley down below. Just makes sense to me to have these things operating. I really wish there was an option you could throw the torch into the fire instead of having to go through it, but there isn't, so we deal with it. Let's see here. I want to make sure I get water cured up for tonight and tomorrow. Might as well put another steak on the Barbie baby. You can tell what my night's going to be. Okay, this is not a bad situation by any stretch of the imagination. We've got plenty of food. We've got fire. We're definitely warm. We're well into the night. I just need to kill another hour or so to get onto it. Give me my gun. Holy moly, 98% condition? Wow, I don't think I've ever picked up an item with 98% condition. That's nice to know. So it's more food, peaches. Bullets! There we are. Oh, and a handgun book. Nice, okay. This is not a bad situation. This is a great little cabin. I could live here for a while, nicely. Okay, it's ruined. Do I want to drop it? You know what? Here, I know it's not going to officially add anything to it, but here, just add it to the fuel. No, do not burn the book. And that's like 5%. Get rid of some of this stuff that we know is junk and let that suss out. Alright, so we got water, steak, fire, and a gun. It's a good night. You know, if I could, I would only load the revolver with 5 because, you know, if you're into this a little bit, especially like in the cowboy days, they always kept one that was in front in the chamber unloaded. So as they're walking or riding, if the hammer hit, you had less of a likelihood of shooting your leg off. So I'm old-fashioned enough. I do prefer a revolver, and that I do like it that way. But a little bit of trivia on a pseudo-related matter. Kind of playing a little bit of inventory management simulator while the steak's cooking. Can't say as I'm feeling too bad about the situation. I'm actually fairly happy here. I can tell this is going to be my evening. So I am going to go ahead and start to move stuff into the trunk, but I know that's a little bit boring for you. So I will thank you for sticking with me. I will remind you that if you want to support the channel, vote with your dollars with a membership here or on Patreon. And of course, if you want to know if I live to see tomorrow, leave a like and subscribe. I am Commander Tom, and I will see you next time. Thanks.